You open the fridge. You scan the shelves. You decide in about 4 seconds what you're going to eat. That decision feels simple. It feels modern. But the real answer to how you eat is far stranger than anything in that fridge. Your ancestors didn't have menus. They didn't have seasons marked on a calendar. They had hunger, and they had whatever the land gave them that day. Nothing more. So what did they actually eat? Not steak every night. Not some perfect ancestral diet you can buy in a box at the grocery store. The truth is messier. The truth is also more interesting. Start with the image most people carry in their heads. A caveman with a club dragging home a mammoth leg. Meat, meat, and more meat. That image is mostly wrong. For the vast majority of human evolutionary history, most calories didn't come from meat at all. They came from plants, roots, tubers, nuts, insects, whatever could be dug up, picked, or pulled from a tree. Anthropologist Catherine Milton spent years studying the diets of wild primates and comparing them to early hominins. Her research suggested that plant foods, not meat, formed the backbone of the early human diet. Meat was valuable. Meat was prized. But meat was rare. Why does that matter to you? Sitting here right now. Because your body is still built for that rarity. Your taste buds still light up for fat and sugar the way a starving forager's would. Because for most of your species' history, those calories were never guaranteed. There was no freezer, no delivery app, no backup plan if the hunt failed. Hunger was the default state, not the exception. Here's where it gets stranger. Around 2 million years ago, something happened to the human diet that changed the entire trajectory of the species. Not a new tool, not a new weapon, fire. Primatologist Richard Wrangham has argued that cooking food, not hunting it, may be the single most important dietary shift in human history. His research proposes that cooked food delivers dramatically more usable energy than raw food, because heat breaks down tough plant fibers and denatures proteins before your body has to do the work itself. Think about that for a second. The same piece of meat, the same handful of roots. Cooked, they hand your body far more energy than raw ones ever could. That extra energy had to go somewhere. It went to your brain. The human brain is an expensive organ. It burns through roughly 20% of your body's energy at rest, despite making up only about 2% of your body weight. No other primate spends that much fuel on thinking. Researchers Leslie Aiello and Peter Wheeler proposed what's now called the expensive tissue hypothesis. Their idea was simple but radical. As diet quality improved, especially with cooked and easily digestible food, the human gut could shrink. And a smaller gut freed up energy that got redirected to a growing brain. Smaller stomach, bigger mind. One trade, made over hundreds of thousands of years, written into your biology. You are quite literally eating the leftovers of that trade every single day. But cooking wasn't the only turning point. Scavenging came first. Long before humans were skilled hunters, they were skilled opportunists. Early hominins likely followed predators, waited for a kill, and moved in fast to strip whatever meat and marrow remained before the next scavenger arrived. That marrow mattered. Bone marrow is packed with fat, and fat was gold. Not a guilty pleasure. Survival currency. Your craving for a greasy burger isn't a modern weakness. It's an ancient signal, still firing, long after the emergency it evolved for has passed. Now picture the actual rhythm of an ancestral day. No 3 meals, no snacks between meetings, just searching, mostly for plants, occasionally striking gold with meat, honey, or eggs. Anthropological studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups, like the Hadza of Tanzania, show diets that shift dramatically by season. Berries and baobab fruit at one time of year, tubers and roots at another. Meat when a hunt succeeds, which isn't as often as movies suggest. Diversity, not consistency, kept them alive. That's the part modern diet culture tends to miss. There was no single ancestral diet. There were thousands of them, shaped by climate, geography, and whatever grew nearby. A forager on a coastline ate differently than one in a grassland. Someone in the Arctic ate differently again, relying almost entirely on fat and meat because plants simply weren't an option. Your body carries traces of all of it. Different populations evolved different tolerances. Some digest starches with ease, Others process dairy into adulthood. None of it is universal. All of it is inherited. So why does this ancient story still echo through your life today? Because your biology hasn't caught up to your pantry. You live in a world of constant abundance. Your ancestors lived in a world of constant uncertainty. That mismatch